Hello, SNA assassinators. I don't know what just happened there. It was like the first one. I thought I was hoping that it was uh gonna be on for another 20 minutes because I'm just like 15 percent away from being done, and I don't understand what just happened right there. But no worries, I made a fourth clip, and I hope this will last for the rest of the video. And that's what I was saying onto this 5-year anniversary show of a back in the ring when he was in the upper right side. Yeah, this is where we got Okada then rolled out of the ring. This is where Brian Danielson was like, yes, yes, yes. This is where then he goes for a suicida. This is where he knocks Okada right over. This is where he try to bring him back in the ring so he can hit another diving maneuver. Drop kick again is where Brian Danielson's like, yes, yes, yes. And that's where then what's his name? Justin Roberts mind there's only 19 minutes left from the time limit. So it looks like in the next minute it's gonna be only for the AEW World Championship. Unfortunately, it passed, and then they're only fighting for his title rather than also being Okada's style because the limit has been up like for him to win the Continental title. This is where we got Brian Danielson going for a roundhouse kick. This is why I still thought that he still have a chance of winning it, right, until at the end of the match. But I'm going to get into that in just a moment. This is where I tried to go for a final yes kick while he was doing to his foe. This is where then he tried to go for a schoolboy, which is the most devastating move in all professional wrestling. This is where he tried to turn into the LaBelle lock. This is where then fans like, yeah, this is where I'll start acting like the fans and start saying, yes, 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 come on, do it. And this is where when Okada to try to do a back lane pin, but this is where Brian Danielson turned into a schoolboy roll up, which you only got like a 2.1 count. This is where Brian Danielson started hitting some European uppercuts like if he's fighting Claudio Castagnoli. When Okada trying to hit one of his own, like when fans are saying yes, and then this is where this is where fans are saying yes. Well, when Okada hits the uppercut, they start booing him like boo, and it was like yes, boo, and I was doing it with him saying yes, boo, because I'm not all fond with the Rainmaker so-called Rainmaker. That's really a bitch, man. But it's where Brian Danielson and Irish Irish whip him into the bottom left side, but it's where he gets thrown instead. Is where he goes for the backflip. He goes to the top corner ropes. After leaping over Okada is where he goes to the top corner. He ducks out of a closer, but he ends up eating a drop kick by the Rainmaker. He finally caught him with a drop kick while Brian's rope bounding in the corner. This is where Okada's like, okay, I guess I had the guarantee right there, and I was like, yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to have to say that wasn't a guarantee. This is where then he body slammed him. This is where then we got Okada go and hits it. This is where he hits it onto Brian Danielson. This is where Okada then gave the finger to everybody. This is where then Okada tried to get him ready to hit him with the Rainmaker. But luckily, Brian Danielson managed to dodge out of the Maker. This is where then he flipped right out of it into a triangle choke, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Is where like he got locked in. Is where then he turned into the LaBelle lock. It was like yes. Like that's where we're trying to go. We're trying to make them tap with the remaining seconds. Like going just a matter of seconds when the timer's up. This is where I was like, yes, come on, squeeze his right arm. Like, come on, break his torso, break his his tricep, his right triceps to be most specific. This is where like, come on, like make him tap or submit, like anything, or make him fake. But unfortunately, Okada got the foot up, and this is where 20 minutes has probably passed. Which it's only for the AEW World Championship now, but us fans were like, darn it. But he saved the chances of remaining as a Continental Champion. That's where he ran around the floor. That's where Brian Danielson, I believe, tried to go for a suicida. But this is where he's like, okay, like now 20 minutes has passed by. Like I still can remain as AEW World Champion before the time limit is up on here. But even though if it doesn't, like I still got a chance. This is where you go for a springboard and cannonball onto the Rainmaker, or should I say, bitch man? Again, don't repeat what I just said, but like especially if you're a younger viewer, this is where he hits a cannonball right onto Okada, which I thought maybe this could be it right here. This is where But this is where he tried to throw Okada right into the bottom corner side. Maybe it was a big mistake because we got Okada intercepting. He found a chair right into the corner. He used that against him. He hits a maneuver that he was trying to hit in the ring, but he failed to do so the first time. But he got it guaranteed the second time in the ringside area. And this is where I was just probably like, hey, you're not no Undertaker for doing that maneuver, especially when he did it to that guy that possibly supposed to be the R word, like they love saying the N word for some reason. That grandpa wrestler that loves that cheap version of the Snickers bar. But anyway, this is where he hits the Tombstone Power. I start sounding like that particular wrestler that's now on AEW to another Japanese wrestler, but not in AEW, of course. Obviously, at the company that AEW is partnering with, I started saying he is not the Undertaker for doing that maneuver. Like I was totally ticked off for him doing that. This is where the referee was the same. He was what the hell was what got into you for doing something totally too brutal and too far like this. The Daniels, he has neck issue, and this is where he has what I want. And now since I remain even if I do lose, I still remain as the Continental champion, but I'm trying to win so I can win the AEW World Championship. And it is where I believe he must have called the referee the B-bomb because he looked more angry than when he was in. What he just did to Bryan Danielson, but this is where he shrugged it off. He brought him back in the ring. This is where Bryan Danielson is trying to attempt to go for running psycho knee when he tried to hit him with the back suplex. Bryan Danielson, what was that? Oh, yeah, he crashing off the top rope. This is where the fans are saying this is awesome, which it totally was. This is a total back and forth contest that I love to watch, but I like to be more forward, like with Bryan Danielson winning this battle, because my vendetta against Okada and kayfabe, of course. But anyway, this is where we got Okada closed on him right to the upper right side. He moved out of the way. And we got Bryan Danielson continuing to be number one in first place on the Gunther's heavyweights with those knife edge chops. But that's not the only thing he hit. He hit those roundhouse kicks as well. But the fans start chanting yes with him. This is where he starts trying to go for. This is where he trying to go for those roundhouse kicks again. This is where Okada ducks the first time, but he ends up hitting him with the right leg. The second attempt. This is where he was it's a guaranteed a finish, a second attempt finisher. This is where he's trying to run right up Okada, but he ends up getting drop kicked once again by the Rainmaker. This is where Okada then picks him right up. This is where he was about to hit the Rainmaker onto Bryan Danielson, but luckily, he moved out. He dodged out of it. He booted it right into the right arm, which I assume that is an attempt. So yeah, he got the double curse on him. I was so happy. I was like, this means he's definitely not going to be winning. This is where the Bryan Danielson started going for some kicks repeatedly right onto the men's section. This is where he's going to kick him. The fans like, yes, repeatedly until he tried to go for an elbow strike with them booing. This is where we got Bryan Danielson go for a roundhouse kick once again, which they start saying yes. The Okada go for an elbow strike. They boo him going yes and five more yes and boos at the same they have five more yes and boos in a row. This is where Bryan Danielson managed to bring down the Rainmaker. This is where I was like, yes, kick his flubbing head in. And no, I was not saying flubbing. But yeah, this is where the fans are like, yes. This is where he started stomping on him. I was like, man, the one night, I wish to be Bryan Danielson. Well, I'll say I would like to be him anytime because he's the best wrestler that is right now. One of the best, I should say. I'll say a top 10 of best wrestlers in the wrestling in wrestling right now, I guess you could say. But this is where he starts stomping right onto the head of the rain-making bitch man. This is where then he starts stomping, boom, 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 boom. I was like, yeah, it would be fun to be Bryan right now. But this is where then Bryan Danielson started doing the yes chants again. This is where he was so close to hitting the psycho knee. But this is where Okada didn't dodged out of the way. He must have found a 4-week clover to Bryan Danielson's knee pad when he was trying to go for the psycho knee. He snatched that away. He used that as his luck. The third time is the charm, guaranteed to hit him with the Rainmaker, which he successfully did. But that's not the only move he did, because he also hit a running knee onto him. But yeah, you will not believe what he did next. And I found this totally disrespectfully insulting to me. because normally I would say this was very honorable, like if it was somebody else that hit this maneuver, and it was my finishing maneuver, and that is the most dominating move in all of PW, and that is the Death Valley Driver. Like he tried to hit the maneuver, but Bryan Danielson still was not being brought down to into this into like and he was not getting brought down to this into this match, right? Because he kicked out at 2.9999999. Don't took my mind going away from me. That's all I was totally happy. I was like, yeah, even for my move, like it kind of work for you because you're so lame. And this is where then he tried to go for a Rainmaker again, but this is where it wasn't a Grand Slam. Rather than Bryan Danielson finally fighting back and hitting his own version of the Rainmaker. I was like, yeah, you take care of him, yeah, like show him AEW. This is somebody else on the continental, like yes, so he might. So as it was past 20 minutes, like of the limit of being the champion being on the line, and Okada was the story where he attacked poor Bryan Danielson. And this is where he grabbed onto his Continental title. He gave both Claudio and Pac the finger until he got out of there. This is where it was. That's where we saw like both those two minions of Jon Moxley, along with his female secretary, I guess you could say, Marina Shafir, came in to hold on to Bryan Danielson to point out who was coming out and on his way into the ring. It was none other than Jon Moxley. When Jon Moxley like this where he's like, like you. And this was like wow, like you claimed that like earlier, like you thought that this was all about me. Like, oh, you really think this is all about me? And this way starts screaming in his face, like, you really think it's all about me? Like, let's it is where it is. Let's get into your simple-minded, blueberry, like little brain of yours. Like none of this is not just about me. None of this is all what I want to do so much. Like I'm bigger than myself. Like everything I'm gonna do is gonna have to because there's nobody else that's gonna be. We will be doing like and nobody can't even do like because none of this would have. They're all about me. Like I better put you out. Like if it was all about me, I would have put you out of your misery years ago. And yeah, Nigel McGuinness was wondering who's forcing Jon Moxley to do all this, and I was like, it's probably that certain McMahon fella. And no, I'm not talking about Vince. I'm talking about the relative of his, and that is. And his name starts with the letter S, which I'm not sure if I should be mentioning his name right now, unless he makes his debut, if he ever does. Willa Yuta came out there, but this is where Jon Moxley slowly walk out of there. Like they're like, I don't want to deal with this little crazy weasel. This is where everybody ran out of there so quickly, though. After Jon Moxley came, this is where Will Yuta like, like anybody wants some of this this ring bell that I have, or this ringing hammer bell, like or whatever the bell the hammer that you to ring the bell with, like for in matches. This is where it's like anybody wants some of this, like the last fellow got hit with this, like was none other than Pac, like, and I won't do any, like I won't hesitate of doing it to him like the last fella did to you. And this is where then they walk out. This is where Jon Moxley came in, like after Willa Yuta check on Danielson. And it looked like there were gonna be some teases of a like some kind of a turn, twist and turns of event, like of a shocking twist of some sort with Jon Moxley talking in his trying to talk in his brain to try to brainwash him and convince him that he does not need Bryan Danielson. He needs to join him back in his group. This is where Willa Yuta didn't hold on to this hammer. This is where it's like, what should I do? This is where he started going close to Danielson. He's like, well, should go Danielson or Moxley? This is where he started going back and until Bryan Danielson made up the decision for him by attacking Jon Moxley and got him right into the corner in the upper right side until he got nearly triple teamed, but luckily, Willa Yuta got out of the restraint of Claudio Castagnoli when he tried to hold him back a couple weeks ago, or if not a month ago, actually, at AEW All Out. Like, that's where Willa Yuta was like, you cannot hold me back no more. And this is where he started hitting some fists right onto the Swiss Cyborg, along with Bryan Danielson taking care of the bastard, which I kind of regret saying right now. But this is where they sent him right to the outside. This is where Willa Yuta was like, I'm getting sick and tired of you picking on my friend Danielson. Like, he was like, if you want him, you have to get through me first. And then this is where the Bryan Danielson this is where Willa Yuta then said like, yeah, because I'm sitting. He's like, if the two of you have the balls to step up against me, and he's like, next week. He was like, next week, it will be the two of y'all against the two of us. And this is where the Brian Danielson then clarified by saying, wasn't willing you the statement of a challenge that he made onto his trios partners, I guess you could call it. That's where the Brian Danielson, then clarifies that, next week on Title Tuesday, because it will be on Tuesday when NXT is going to be in St. Louis. But yeah. That's where then he's like, it'll be by my boy Willer, and me. He's like, we want to see me and my boy Willer take on Claudio and Pac. What do you guys say about that? This is where fans are, hell yes, we want to see that match. This is where we will indeed see this match. Will be scheduled on the Tuesday Night War next Tuesday. And what's your thoughts on and AEW? AEW Dynamite going to be on Tuesdays next week. Let me know in the comment section right down below. In case of you all are unaware about this, Tuesday. The reason why they're putting AEW Dynamite on Tuesday is because of the MLB playoffs. Where one of the games will be on that Wednesday afternoon on TBS, I believe, and there won't be no. And there's probably not going to be no way to put it on TNT because I believe there's going to be another MLB playoff game on to that day as well. So they found a perfect day to schedule in for next Tuesday, and that is on October 8th, I believe, when NXT is going to be on when they're going to have their second show, which is going to be on the CW once again because that's what's going to remain on until the deal comes up. But let me know about this in the comment section right down below. Who's going to win the ratings war like they would do every year when the World Series comes to town, or the MLB playoffs on the road to the World Series? Let me rephrase that. But let me know, about that as well. And then let me know if it's going to be the best Tuesday Night War that any of you assassinators have ever seen. But I thought AEW Dynamite did a really great job, except for the opener about the ending of that. But it turned out to be something totally interesting, to give something to Keshka to do, to let everybody know that he's not a second fiddle guy, and he will go after anybody that has a championship, before you can say the B-bomb, I guess you could say, which Okada loves saying, or even before you can say Ariel, I should say, in Will Ospreay's case, because he's going after for his title. But who knows? He probably go after for Okada, and I sure hope he does. And I wouldn't mind if he'd be the one to dethrone him. Anybody will be great to hold on to that title. I mean, not just anybody, but guys that totally deserve a title run right now, at least. But anyways, overall, it was so good. We saw a surprising debut of Shelton Benjamin. We saw some really good matches, with this one being one of them, along with Hangman Page versus Juice Robinson and the returning Britt Baker. And also, not to mention the on-screen return of Mercedes Moné as well. And then also some build-up to the women's championship match with Willow Nightingale against Mariah May. Perhaps it's going to be happening on AEW Wrestle Dreams. And we also saw MVP not also teasing that we could see Swerve Strickland could be joining the what's that called, the Hurt Syndicate, which we could see the current CEO of the women's division could join as well and be the first ever women's what's that called, the women's member, I guess, or the female member. I said women's, I mean the first ever female member. And then we also see the teasers of the debut of Bobby Lashley as well, or should I say the Almighty himself, which I think that's going to be at Wrestle Dreams. Let me know if you think so too, and you agree with your favorite Super Ninja Assassin, or do you think otherwise? But we're just going to have to wait and see. But we all can agree it's only just a matter of days, if not weeks, when the Almighty of the Hurt Syndicate makes his debut on All Elite Wrestling. But I'll give AEW Dynamite 5-year anniversary show a 4.5 out of 5 stars. They still delivered it for the better, I guess you could say. And let me know in the comment section right down below what what are your thoughts on the 5th year anniversary of Dynamite? And they have us tune in for what to expect for next week's show on the Go Home show, which on the Go Home show on Collision, I will indeed make a review on, which but I'm gonna hope that I can make a review on AEW Wrestle Dreams, which I most likely will do so. But let me know, yeah, but let me know who's exactly gonna be the winners on that pay-per-view show. Like, just drop it down in the comment section. But yeah, and I hope y'all enjoyed today's what's that Dynamite review video, which they celebrated 5 years. I cannot believe it's been half a decade already that AEW's been on television. And I hope you guys enjoyed the show along with enjoying this video as much as I did. And if so, please make sure to hit the big thumbs up button. Consider hitting the subscribe and the post notification bell for more SNA content. And and unfortunately, I won't be making a Thursday Night Football review video for 2 reasons. One, I'm gonna be busy all day long, like tomorrow, like with some very monthly like errands I have to make, like and helping out some relatives as well, like every month. But also not to mention even if I was not gonna be too busy of doing a review video, I still would not sure if I would make it due to me not having a way to review the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Atlanta Falcons, which that's what's going to be on live in the what's that called, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, I believe that's what it's called. But I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's video though. And I promise I will be. I was originally supposed to make a NFL football news video, which I'm probably gonna delay until this coming Sunday on October 6th, when I'm gonna be hours before I make my Sunday Night Football review video, which is gonna be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers, that's a Super Bowl rivalry from back in the 80s. And there I happen to be on Pittsburgh, just like AEW was on tonight. And that's gonna be a funny coincidence for this week. I'm gonna be reviewing shows that were in Pittsburgh, like AEW Dynamite and Sunday Night Football. But let me know who's going to be the winner of that night. And it seemed like, the Vernado family are very enthusiastic about Pittsburgh, considering of the hype video on Sunday Night Football. And then we saw the return of the current TBS champion as well. But that's a different story for a different day. But also, but I will be making a wrestling news video on Friday, where I'm going to be talking about the wildest and intriguing wrestling news stories, rumors that you assassinators need to know from I would say the Ringside News article, along with me making my SmackDown review video and my AEW Rampage review video, which they probably taping right now, or if not already. But and I guess this is a good night to you guys, and I hope I'll see you guys on Friday. And also make sure to check out, we will be on which is the Go Home show, which I'm gonna be talking about my predictions on who's gonna be the winners and the losers for WWE Bad Blood, along with AEW Rampage, where we're gonna be seeing the matches like Private Party and what's his name? Kaori Shibata taking on Jack Perry and the Young Bucks. And then we got the Learning Trees, Redwood, Big Bill, and the other student, Bad Apple, Brian Keith, taking on Orange Cassidy and Kyle O'Reilly, which that's probably going to be the match of the night and the show stealer, which I wouldn't be surprised if they made the main event. But that's it for tonight, and I wish you guys the best, very best, and I hope you guys will have a wonderful Wednesday night along with a wonderful Thursday. And I'll see you guys this Friday with some more SNA content. Until we meet again, Super Ninja Austin out of here. Bye-bye, my assassinators. Y'all take care and have a Super Ninja awesome night. And I'll see you soon. Thank you for being loyal. And I will remember you for many more years to come. I don't know why I need to say that. It's not the last time I'm going to be making a podcast video. But y'all get the point. See you soon. Bye-bye.